Hello, if you have a guitar sitting around the house that you've been dying to learn how to play, then you'll be glad you stayed with us for more Explore Tulsa.
That's right, Trish. Guitar House of Tulsa has been teaching folks to get the most out of their act since 1964.
So let's check in with Corey Reynolds and see how he gets it done.
It was like 1987, and I remember specifically I was like doing like some Cub Scouts and things like that when I first got started. Well, I needed something a little bit more, and then I kept hearing like these Aerosmith, Poison, and Motley Crue songs, so I begged my parents to get me a guitar, and my granddad's old guitar, which is like from 1932, was around in the family, so I just started playing that. And it was so funny because the action was, this high off the fingerboard and this huge V neck. So it was the hardest guitar in the world to play, but when you want to do something strong enough, you'll find a way to do it. One thing that's great about music is that you're actually using both sides of your brain, the left and the right at the same time. So it's great for parents to definitely get their kids involved at a young age, just because of the time factor for one, but for two, they've got so much going on in their minds at that time to where they can actually start to work on the rhythm as well as playing melodies and things like that. So it's extremely great for mental growth. To me, it's just one of the most natural things out there. It's the one thing you can do when you're not thinking about your mortgage or your insurance payments or how you're going to feed the dog next week. When you're playing music, it's just a complete release. It's also expression. And there's so many different styles, that I think it's just kind of this huge monster that you try to wrangle and overcome. There's always something else to learn. Hands down, today's technology is just amazing. There's active pickups, which are, they require a battery to make them work. There's also active preamps. Some guitars will actually have just passive pickups, and that's what guys are after. But technology today has really changed everything as far as the sound of the guitar, whether you want to sound like Keith Richards or somebody from Slipknot. It's all attainable with the guitar. For example, we just got a new guitar line in this year that's called the Game Changer, and you can actually plug your guitar into your computer, go to the website of the company, which is Music Man, and go through and actually download different sounds for your guitar, and the possibilities are endless. There's like over 3,000 or more settings that you can do. That's something that we would be laughing about 10 years ago. So it's really exciting to see just how technology can change just at any given moment. Now, some of our entry-level guitars are all laminate wood. Okay, they're extremely inexpensive, generally starting like somewhere around $139. And the thing about these guitars is they're kind of out there just to make sure it's something you want to do. If you can play guitar and it becomes a passion, that guitar is going to sound the same 35 years from now. The next step up in acoustic guitars is maybe looking at something like with a solid top of wood. And what's great about this is you have one thickness of wood across the top. So every time you play, the instrument's going to mature, it's going to get louder, it's going to get richer. Also, you'll get into instruments that have all solid wood. And you can bet that it's definitely going to get even richer and mature even more. Then you start getting into different types of woods, whether it's maple or mahogany or rosewood. And just to kind of paint a picture, maple is like a really bright sounding guitar. Mahogany is really punchy. Rosewood is kind of like a really warm sounding tone. Same with electric guitars. You have guitars that have single coil pickups, a real bright sound. You have guitars that have humbucking pickups, which is a real warm and meaty sound. And then you have guitars that have P90 pickups, which are kind of a cross in between the two. And you really don't know what you like until you get out there and really start playing them. I think Tulsa is a great place for music. It's a huge town. It's always been kind of music driven, even from the old Tulsa Sound days to where you had like Clapton sneaking in downtown, or maybe it was Leon Russell, or there's even stories of George Harrison. Music is always a great place. And don't get me wrong, there's definitely other towns that this store would be great for. But what's cool about Tulsa is we also do a big web-based business. You can go to guitarhouse.net and see our entire inventory. So being kind of like, straight up in the middle of the country, it's real easy for us to ship northeast, south, and west. So you can also kind of save some money on shipping, but it's a great town to be in. We got great musicians, and we're right next to an airport, so we definitely get all kinds of people coming by here all the time, just seeing what we have.